Hey guys, good evening, and welcome to the Chidi Aso Takes. Where do I get started? Fulham 2, Chelsea 1. This was a big loss to our London rivals. And honestly, if I was to express how I really feel, is just awe and sadness. I don't want to say anger because I hate being angry, but it's getting me closer there, and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna, try to be a little bit positive today and just try to think of how we can move forward with this club, which is almost impossible now, knowing the fact that we have certain people in control and they've built this structure, this model that has to be followed. So the starting lineup today, I looked at the lineup, and the first thing that I noticed was no Rhys James, no Fofana. Of course, uh, Caicedo is back. Cucurella was back also. And in my own lineup before the game, I mentioned I want to see the same team that played against Man City, okay? Except with two changes, which is Badiashile and of course Hato. Oh yeah, Hato. No, it was Gusto. Gusto was the one who started against Man City, and I wanted that change. Okay, so Cucurella came back in. Gusto started, but then he had Santos in the middle with Caicedo, Norris James, and then in the back line it was Chaloba paired with Tosin. Now, when I looked at that lineup, I was like, okay, why are they starting Tosin? What is wrong with Fofana? He's been playing well. He's back to fitness. He has a good partnership with Chaloba, but all of a sudden, why is he not playing? That goes back to what I said earlier, which is the owners already have a structure, and the structure is what dictates, the game or who plays. There's been a lot of people saying that Tosin was asked to play today because maybe it's going to help with his uh, with his value. But honestly, at this point, all that doesn't matter no more because the club is not performing where it should be. We are the world champions. We're the club world champions, world club champions, and we are no longer performing at that level where we need to be. Speaking about the game today, I mean, the first half, the only big thing that happened was the red card. I think Cucurella, yes, he should know that if you're the last man and you bring down, the attacker, you're definitely gonna get a red. And I understand, and these players know it. I don't understand it. These players know that the attacker or whoever it is on the opposite side is trying to get them sent off or is trying to get them have get a yellow card. And he kept on dragging with him, knowing full well that Jimenez was really, really trying to drag him and move into the penalty so he can get a penalty, into the penalty box to get a penalty. But he ended up pulling him down just before the 18-yard box. And of course, that got him a red card. That got him sent off. But the other players didn't show a calmness or level-headedness that we lack. And in that moment, we had three other players get yellow card. They all got bookings. So who am I talking about? Enzo Fernandez, that's a captain, standing captain. Cole Palmer, he got one. Okay. Who else? Tosin Adarabiuye. He got a yellow card also. And in fact, you know, I didn't think we were going to lose this game today. I was hoping for maybe a draw because we've played one game without a coach. We had a draw, and I was like, okay, let's carry the momentum and see if we can play the next game. Hopefully, we'll just get a draw, and that will give the new coach coming in some kind of positivity to move forward with the team. But this game today, after that red card, you know, we didn't just recover in that moment. Now, when they went ahead and scored, good enough in the second half, Chelsea came back and through Liam Delap scored his first goal in the Premiership. Through Liam Delap, we equalized at the 72nd minute. You would think that after that, the coach would be fine. We got our point. Let's see if we can hold on for the rest of the game, find a way to defend properly, and take our chances on a counter when needed. But oh, by the way, if you're going for the counter, don't go with more than 3 or 4 people because they might turn around and do a counter on you also. But no, that's not what we did. Now, he made some changes. I believe he brought in Josh Achampong. He brought in Reece James. And that was, before the equalizer. And, of course, João Pedro. But João Pedro, I don't think he did anything today. I don't want to blame the players so much, but they are still professionals, and they are people who they understand the job, they understand the position the club is in, they understand the frustrations from the fan, and I expect them to always put in their best effort every single time. But that is the job. That's what you need to do. They get paid very, very well for this. But conceding the goals the way that we conceded today, it doesn't help us. It doesn't help us. So we have a big problem. We are currently seventh. Seventh, oh my word. We are seventh. I'm looking at it right now. We are seventh on the league. And who's ahead of us? Well, Arsenal, Man City, and Aston Villa, the first 3, then followed by Liverpool, then Brentford. Brentford is currently ahead of us. Newcastle, okay, Newcastle is ahead of us. Manchester United is ahead of us, and we are the next on the line. So we are currently position number, is it 7 or 8? I believe that's position number 7. Oh, number 8 actually. Oh Lord. So what does that mean? Well, we have to find a way to recover. This is halfway through the season, and we are in the 8th position. Fine, we are about 3 points from the 4th in the league, Liverpool, who they play tomorrow. They play tomorrow against Arsenal. If they win that game tomorrow, then what that means is we are going to be 7 points from the top 4, and we are in a race for top 5, top 6, top 7. So I don't know. The new coach, he has a lot. He's got a lot to take care of. He can whatever it is that he's gonna be doing, whatever his system, his style, his tactics. I really hope it's something that will lift this team spirit back up again, and drive this team forward because. Needless to say, we have very, very good talented players in the team, but we don't have a team yet. We're not playing like a team. And I know we've had setbacks and injuries, but come on. We need to do better than this. And the new coach, Liam Rosenior, he's gonna have to sit down with the boys and really, really drive some mental strength, mental toughness into them. Because That's all the fans got right now. The fans cannot do much when it comes to the owners of the club. They're gonna be they're gonna be owners of the club for the next several years, unless something drastic comes and somebody comes and buys the club, which I don't expect. But honestly, moving forward, something has to give because we cannot go through this system all over again. This is 4 years, if I'm correct, 4 years of Blue Coat ownership, but we have nothing big to show of it. Yes, we might have won the Conference League title, we might have won the Club World Cup, but the big ones are the ones Chelsea fans are looking for: the Premiership, the Champions League. Those are the things that drive Chelsea's success. But the players need to put in a little bit more effort. And can somebody tell me why Esteval didn't play today? Because in my own lineup, I had Esteval, Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto, and of course João Pedro in front. And I did mention that the coach might start Leon Delap, which he did. But that was my front line. And what is going on with Garnacho? We haven't seen him play in the past 2 games or something like that. So honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore because this is not what I expected this season. This season started with brightness. Of course, we had that big expectation after the Club World Cup. Maybe it was an illusion, but it's draining me. It's draining me, and I don't like it because when Chelsea plays, there's this confidence, this happiness that comes in, and when we lose like this and in such a matter, I'm deflated. It deflates me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, when will this cycle stop? Because it's been since December. Since we've driven this cycle since December into January of 2026. Think about that. When most people celebrate a new year, it's like, oh, the old year is gone. Welcome the new year, new beginnings, new efforts, new everything. But it looks like it's the same thing that we dragged on from last year, December, until now. And it's just sad. I really think, something's got to give. Liam Rosenior, I just hope you perform some kind of miracle, okay? A lot of Chelsea fans are not expecting so much from him because they look at his career, they look at where he's coming from, and they compare him with the other managers in Premiership or other clubs, and we're like, okay, it's just the same old thing again. So I'm really rooting for him. Young guy, young coach. I'm really hoping that he comes in and surprises everyone. I really hope that, and I want to believe he's gonna come in and surprise everyone. But honestly, with this same group of players, with the club, with the medical team, which obviously they're now like a part of the coaching crew or something, because they get to dictate who plays when and when not to play. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just annoying. I'm so frustrated about this, but I'm not gonna let that ruin my day or your day. Okay, this is a new year. We're starting newly, and look at it this way: things may turn around. Okay, things may turn around, and before you know it, we start winning games again. I hope that's the case. I really hope that's the case. But until then, let me know what you think about this. Please let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, I can imagine you don't even want to subscribe when it's crazy like this. But do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, okay? And thanks again for joining me this evening.